Look at those dusty toes. Yo, we are back with another Joe Budden reaction clip. Let me get out a full screen real quick. So this is on Joe Budden's Patreon, obviously. When I click over, I'll let you view the page real quick. I'm going to react to the Juke The System upload for anyone that's actually already subscribed as a Patreon member. But in this video, we're mostly going to be talking about not having the same stamina to give it the same way to your partner. It doesn't mean just sexually. But if you don't have the same stamina to me mentally to deal with them, or to go back and forth, or just to deal with the drama of having to deal with the family, or whatever it may be, we're going to talk about sexually as well, obviously. So not safe for work. It's okay. We're adults. I'm an adult, at least. And if you're watching this, hopefully you're an adult. But yeah, guys. I also want to say thank you so much for anyone that subscribed to the channel. I've gotten the last video, obviously, the last Joe Budden video did a lot more than I expected. So I really appreciate everyone that commented. I read the comments, obviously, because I react to all of them and I respond to all of them. I love to go back and forth. If you guys want to add anything to the conversation as well, you guys can. Or if you guys want me to look over another clip, definitely put that down here. So if you guys enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a ton, and it gets me out to more people. That's why the last Joe Budden clip, actually, it reached a lot of people. As of right now, it has like 960 views or something like that. I think it's like 975 maybe. So I want to say thank you guys again, and let's get into this clip because I've talked enough. And if you're wondering what the animation is, it is Dark Souls. Most of you guys don't know what that is. It's a game. I like the game. It's fun. But this is the Joe Budden Patreon. Obviously, patreon.com/Joe Budden. It will be in the description box below. And this person said this is the one. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch all this. I haven't watched this in full. I've watched a couple minutes of this, watched a couple minutes of this clip that I'm gonna show you, but I didn't finish it. So here we go.
Let's get to not having the stamina to give your girl the dick that you once did.
Why'd you say I introduced that?
It was one of those Patreon episodes where we were having a conversation, and you brought it up really quickly as a point in the talk, but we never stopped to talk about that. You introduced it. It was some people on Patreon that said,
full disclosure, I honestly don't remember that from the Patreon clip. It's like I kind of remember it, but I don't know if I actually do, or if Joe is just kind of convincing me that I remember it. So
well, they glossed over that, and I thought it was a pretty good topic as well, because it's a fact, but it's a fact that's not really spoken about very much.
Probably.
And since
Not
we're
at all.
all in relationships here,
but it's so true. So obviously I don't believe this applies to 100% of people. I mean, I do think that 100% of people I think 100% of people experience some lack of motivation at some point during their relationship with their partner, if they're with them for a long period of time. It's not necessarily like, oh, I don't want to be with this person anymore, but you put more effort into something that is new, something that you're trying to obtain, something that you're in the early stages of having, but you don't necessarily want to let that go, versus something you're very comfortable with. So there's a big difference.
well, for the most part.
Hmm.
Why not? Who wants to take the lead on this one? Okay.
Look at Ice's face.
Right.
Look at Ice's face. He's like, ooh, not me. Not me. I'm not getting into this, Joe. And Joe always cracks on both of them for their girlfriends and stuff like that. So he's like, hell no. And Ish is like, he's loving it. He's the Kevin Samuels guy.
No
Just
takers.
look at my topic list.
No takers.
Whoa.
But I love Ish. Like, honestly, Ish is, as far as mentality, when he says a lot of things, I feel like I'm most similar to him, honestly.
Do you agree with that?
What is the top? Like, what is
That once you're, I'll take the lead. Joe's, I probably talked about something. I don't remember what he was talking about, but when you are initially dating somebody,
Okay.
Oh, it came up in the financial shit, I think. But when you're initially dating somebody,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
it
you be
did.
putting your back in
It did, actually.
You
fuck
showing
like
out.
rabbits.
Yeah, you showing out. You
Yeah.
fucking early and often.
It's new pussy.
Yeah, you not coming quick.
The way I says it is just so raw. He's like, it's new P. Reason why I'm trying not to say too many curse words is, you know how YouTube is. I'm trying to get this out to as many people as I can, so some here and there, but I'm gonna be a little PC sometimes.
You giving her the real deal.
Or you like her. or you really like her. It's
Or
not.
you really like
Whatever.
her.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
You were
Or
saying.
both.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or you like new pussy. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
And you
Nice.
trying to show out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but once you get content and comfortable and complacent with that, she's not getting your A game
You're not getting her.
that often.
He's terrible at the ice. You're not getting hers either. It's the truth. The woman's not gonna put in the same kind of effort either. Like, if you think that's just the guy, you're tripping. Nah, it's the girl too. You just become used to certain things, so there might be certain positions you don't try as much, or whatever it may be. Certain things you just don't do anymore, not as adventurous, more lazy, less willing to do it, just all that kind of stuff. So it takes spicing up the relationship to keep that going. All you got to do is try to spice up your relationship every once in a while. Try to make sure the fire's still there. If you don't do those things, it's gonna get boring. It's gonna get dry. But you gotta keep trying. If you care about the person, if you care about the relationship, some relationships aren't meant to last, and that's okay too. But hey,
Yeah, and you're probably not getting hers either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all done figured each other out, and this
I'd
is
like
what it takes.
You get a nut, I get a
Yeah.
nut. Let's go back to sleep.
I'd like to hear more about.
you get no, I get no. Let's go to sleep. Okay, I think it might be a little bit of their age showing too, just a little bit, but just a little bit.
How
I know all the cheat codes now.
your
Exactly.
relationship,
I know the Chicos now.
your relationships are responding to the lack of effort sexually from the men, from you guys.
I did.
Oh, hold on. Why is this freezing? Okay.
A lack of effort. I'm just saying that you don't fuck with the same intensity that you did when you first met
Veracity is a better word, in my opinion.
the chick.
All
Like
right,
you
we
did.
we're just gonna use synonyms for effort then.
Synonyms forever.
But that's it. That is effort.
No, I get. Well, yeah.
It's the truth.
It's cool.
No. I'm trying to word it accordingly. I think that that's what anybody.
It's so funny. I feel like Ish really tries hard not to say things incorrectly and try to come off in a positive way. It's so funny.
I just think that once you get
Comfortable.
in a comfortable space, you know, you'll bring.
I know how to get this done in 3 minutes. Why would I
Now,
be doing
that's
anything more?
anything you do. You start a new job, you show up, you be the
That's
best
true.
employee there is, but 6, 7, 8 months, a year down the line, you're not that same person. You know what it takes to get it done. You do your job, and that's it.
That's why it's such a mundane lifestyle. It's such a mundane type of lifestyle. I hope I don't have to go back to something like that. It's too mundane for me. Everyone in the workplace, they only talk about work, only complain about work. They complain about each other all the time. Everyone's bitter and unhappy until they go home or it's a Friday, which is weird because to be that excited for a Friday, like, I understand, but come on, like, just because you're going to get 2 days off, then you have to do this all over again for 5 straight. It's weird. The whole process of it is odd, and it's soul sucking.
That's anything. You get comfortable. You find your groove.
I don't think it's the same thing because I think the job comparison is it's more soul sucking. If you have something different that you're doing every day and you're really enjoying it, you're not gonna get sick of it. But in a relationship, you're with that person all the time. You're putting more effort just naturally at the beginning, all the time. I'm not saying that it isn't the same with everything, but in a relationship, you're definitely putting in a whole lot more effort at the beginning. And it's not necessarily that you're being fake, but you're putting on your best effort. You're at the very high or very lowest level of actual irritation you have within that person because you haven't known them very long. So if your level is down here, it's not going to be very hard to avoid little arguments or little jabs or little things you might be saying later. because those things definitely change over time. As you get to know that person, it's going to steadily rise up. Like how irritated you get with whatever it is that they do, whoever it is, and it's how you and that person deal with it. That is how you create a relationship that lasts. You two need to be able to deal with the faults that each other have and go forward with that. If you can't do that, then you don't have a powerful relationship. That's just what it is. And if you can't analyze that, I don't understand. Of course, relationships aren't just that simple. There's kids or housing that gets involved, property that you guys own together. But it's extremely complicated. But at the same time, the other person has to be trying to make you happy throughout the relationship. And if not, it turns into that same mundane job that you hate. I don't want that kind of life. I'd rather be alone than just get so used to how somebody treats me, or get so used to something that they don't put in any more effort at all anymore. I can't do that. I can't do that at all. I like when somebody tries to add excitement throughout the relationship.
Figure out what it take to get her off, get you off, and
But you gotta hit her with that thunder stick.
Yo,
Hey,
every
every,
so often.
now and
Y'all
again.
are saying a
Let
lot
her
of
know that you
different
still here.
things, so I
The
want to
thunder
make
stick.
this point clear and concise.
His terms,
Y'all
I
keep
love
trying
them.
to justify by saying, "No, that's what everything." It's not necessarily true. Some things you put your best foot forward with all the time. So in this
There's nothing that you'll ever do where you'll put in 100% effort 100% of the time. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anyone says. If you put in 100% effort every single time, why isn't the performance literally peaked every time or pushed past that? Just because you think you're trying to push yourself beyond what you normally can, that doesn't mean you necessarily are. Getting to 100% effort is pushing yourself as hard as you could possibly go, no matter what it is. No one does that every time they have an effort in anything. I don't care what they say. They might put in a great effort every time, but it's not the same every time.
specific case
Give me some of those things.
that you do your best every time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see.
Career.
I feel like before you make an argument, especially if you're talking to something like this, you should have the counterpoint. Like if somebody questions you even once, you need to have a layer where like you can go back. Because if you make a statement, you have to be able to defend that statement with something. If you can't defend it, don't make the statement, bro.
Your career stuff.
No, you don't.
Like,
no, you don't.
oh, mine. I tried to. Now, the best might not come out.
See, Ish agrees. I think Ish and I said it. I don't know if Parks did. I heard two of them. I don't know, and I wasn't paying attention with my eyes. But no, you don't. You just don't. I don't care what anyone says, or I don't care what anyone says. You don't put the same effort in everything every single time. Working out, eating healthy, dressing nice, whatever it is, running, lifting weights, whatever it is, it does not matter. You're not putting in 100% effort all the time. That's just what it is, guys. Come on.
But I'm talking about the attempt.
Well, I
at
think
it.
that what happens is that you get.
I don't even
better
think you're
at what
attempting.
You're doing. Like, he can probably build a house in his sleep now. So he doesn't have to put the same effort forward. Doesn't mean the job is going to get done worse.
Let me ask you this.
I feel Parks oftentimes gives really good counterpoints, but I don't necessarily feel like. I feel like as he's making it, it's good, but it falls apart towards the end. Because when he says he can make it in his sleep, and it doesn't mean necessarily it's not getting done the same way. Not necessarily at the beginning, but there is a point where you're working as hard as you can, like generally in a relationship, and eventually that tipping point of comfort comes in, where you start tipping over and you're like, okay, I'm comfortable, so now I'm going to try less at this, right? So during that dip, that it's not the same thing, because once you peak and you have that high amount of knowledge and that high amount of skill, even if you know how to do it that way, you're not going to put in that effort every single time, and you're not going to put in the same kind of brain power or even necessarily money when it comes to real estate, because you're going to be like, okay, well, I spent this much for this time, how can I get that cheaper? Or not even cheaper, but okay, what if I have a crew that I trust to build this home, to take everything in or out of this home, to do the drywall in the home, to do the piping, to do the furnace, whatever. So it's a complicated argument. It's a very complicated argument, but when Parks adds, I think he kind of fell apart at the end when he said, like, in real estate, it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be built the same way. I think it does kind of affect that.
Do you think that you put the same effort in the pod that you put in the pod when y'all first started? Let's just say
More.
How you gonna answer for him?
This I feel like this is different. The podcast, if you don't understand what you're doing at first, you're just recording you guys talking. It's not the same as, okay, once I start making money, oh, I can make money from this. Oh, I can make a lot of money from this. Oh, I can do this with this. I can do this. This can get me here. Once those things start happening, I think inevitably you're going to work harder. Generally. But that doesn't mean that every single time you're going to have the same 100% peaked effort. Because if you drop down to 98%, you're still not at the 100.
Corey?
Because he knows.
He don't know what's in your brain.
He was there. He was there at the start of this. He knew what it takes to get it up. And
Old
versus-
angry man energy.
I'm talking about, do you think you were coming in here with the same exact intensity with Maul and Rory every single twice a week that you had last month?
I feel like when Joe could possibly give the other person the answer that they want, he starts looking up. He's like wandering. He's like, okay, how can I get out of this? I feel like it's like that every time.
Last month,
He's not even saying it. He's just like, and he starts looking at him again.
you was going through some turmoil. The pod was going through some turmoil, and you had to right the ship. So a lot of effort, a lot of brain power went into, let me right this ship, right? When you was the BET Award.
Also, let me know if you guys like the green screen. It's something I'm trying. That's why, like, my hand just disappears here. Probably should mess with that so then I can actually, like, do this kind of thing. But look, dude, I'm magic. But let me know if you guys like the green screen. Let me know if the setup is okay, if you don't see too much, like, green shit around me, or if you don't see me fading in and out. Let me know.
#1 podcast, blase,
Like, comment, subscribe.
Y'all niggas was moving smoothly.
That was on
All right,
autopilot.
but let's talk about that.
I didn't watch the pod.
But listen.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Come on, what's going on?
Watch the pod. But my friends are huge fans of the pod.
Same.
And they told me
Huge
it's
fan.
not the same. They stopped watching, basically.
I understand that because I've been watching, like, I realize once I start really liking something, I watch it a lot more than I realize, and the time really just elapses fast. So this podcast, I've been watching it for a couple of years now. I don't know how many, like, I want to say close to 2 to 3. No, I want to say probably at least 3. At least 3 at this point. I've been listening to this podcast. And the chemistry definitely was different when I can't even say things were all good because they said it was going on for years, but when things were good from the public eye, and as soon as pretty much Patreon started, once Patreon really started, bro, like, bro, it got tense every single time. They weren't happy there. Maul wasn't talking very much. When he was talking, it was just like here, there, blah, 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 kind of like just not very much. Rory very oftentimes is asking Joe to fight. It's not only him. Joe tries to act like it's only him that did this. It wasn't only him. You know how Joe is. If you're watching this, you know how Joe is, just generally, and how he treats people. Not saying he's the worst person ever, but he is not the easiest person to necessarily get along with and deal with. He talks to people harshly, and he has done, like, some crazy things to people in the past. So, it is what it is. I appreciate him. It'd be cool if I ever got a chance to speak to him or meet him, obviously. That's something I'd vibe with. I think he's a little bit misunderstood, but I don't think he's easy necessarily to deal with. I think he seems like a good person, but you got to tell him how it is. You got to make sure he knows how you are, and you really cannot do, you can't do fucked up business with him, because he's going to hold you accountable to whatever that was. And if he does, and he sees that he might be giving you too much or something, axed, it's going to get cut out. You have to do things right with him. You just have to. It is what it is. Some people are more difficult to deal with when it comes to income. So, like, it is what it is. I keep saying that, but it's true.
Like, yo, you could tell something's happening, or it's just not hitting the same that it used to hit. This is from fans. So again, you guys could have potentially gotten complacent and knew that y'all was number one, and y'all had the shit just smooth rolling. May not have been discussing the topics.
Like I said,
on the effort tip with that. See, but I don't look at it as autopilot. On the effort tip with that,
You don't,
I don't
Joe?
like the example. You're talking about.
Why don't you like the example? Well, let's hear what he says. Then I'll tell you if I agree or disagree.
2 co-hosts that were also groomed for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it would take less effort from me.
I'm saying y'all.
Everybody. Them too.
Even though you can't speak for him, Parks was there.
Mhm.
Do you think when y'all first started out, right,
See, that's where we're
pre-Spotify,
going. He's saying y'all, and I'm saying me.
I don't understand Joe's perspective from this. He's trying too hard to, like, personify this entire thing in himself. Like, oh yeah, it got easier for me to do because I got more used to it, blah blah. No, it's just right here.
I'm like him. I'm saying everything.
I'm saying everybody.
Just like real quick,
collective.
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry, go ahead.
real quick.
Yeah.
When we
Joe's speaking for himself. It's a lot of condescension, because all the people that are in the podcast regardless of if Joe wants it to be like that or not. They each have their own opinions, and they each got better at it, and it got easier for all of them because they're more used to it.
finish the last pod, you said, what did you say? Quick, effort. Like what you said, good pod, something like that. We were like, was it a good pod? You meant no. I meant it didn't take as long.
Well, I think that's my point. Ultimately,
efficient.
I think that's my point with all of this, whether it's sex life or professional life.
But efficiency isn't always good in a podcast, because as someone that listens to a lot of podcasts, I can tell you specifically with people that we know, and this is probably for the rest of you guys too, for the people watching these podcasts, we like the banter. We like to hear the little things. There's a couple of MMA podcasts I watch, and there's one called Morning Combat, and they really understand the fact that the fans like the banter. It's common with a couple of MMA podcasts that I watch, because they'll talk to the producers on the show, and the producers want them to move on to the next topic. But people love the banter. That's why Joe Rogan's podcast does so well. Look how much he talks back and forth with these people. It's an interview style, but it's not, oh, I'm going to attack you with questions for 3 hours. We're talking back and forth. Joe's asking you a couple questions about you or whatever you have going on. And you guys have banter back and forth because Joe does a lot of interesting things. So he can talk to these interesting people about what they do.
You might not be putting out the same effort, but you might not need to put out the same effort because you're better at it now. And that if you're...
See, when Ish said, I agree with him. Because it's like, kind of, but not at the same time. Because if you're not putting in the same effort, even if you're getting better, there's going to be a time where that lack or that extreme effort, even if you don't understand it as well, there's going to be at least one moment where that extreme effort is going to surpass the understanding and lack of effort. At least to me. Give me one moment. Let me check something here. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to check something on my camera, so let's continue.
Your partner, you're no longer figuring things out, huh?
No, but think about this. When you first meet your girl, right? When you first
you don't know
what she needs. You don't know. You don't
when
know
you
her.
first meet your girl.
Nigga, I was doing all kind of positions.
Let's say she comes. You don't just be like, all right, you got yours, let me get mine and I'm out. No, you want her to come again and again and again and again because you're showing off.
This is where I would say I'm like Ish, because it's like I want to show you the effort. I want to show you I care. I want to show you that I can be enough. That's how I feel like that is. It's like that with a lot of guys, like, and women too. Like, I want to show you that I could be enough. I want to show you that I'm worth it. If the woman is offering sex to you, like as a man, if she's offering for you guys to do that together, then obviously like there's some kind of bond or something there. So she's gonna want to impress you, you're gonna want to impress her most of the time, if you're dealing with somebody that is of any kind of quality.
Yeah. Now, once she's your girl and y'all 3, 4, 5 months in, you came, all right, good, I'm gonna come, let's go back to sleep. When you first met her, you was trying to make her come and give her the leg shake.
Sorry if the content isn't super clean for you guys. If you guys watch a Joe Budden podcast, it's not a PC podcast, so sorry guys if you guys are younger, if you guys don't like it. It is what it is, guys. This is what I want to talk about. Anything that comes up on these podcasts that I find interesting, or any page that you guys want me to cover, I look at DJ Academics, Breakfast Club, all the kind of pop culture media type things. I see Kevin Samuels here and there, so let me know.
Afterwards that she can't stop. It's a difference. It's a difference. Yeah. Right? So
Huge
again,
difference.
once you're saying to your efficiency
Huge
point,
difference.
you know where to go, you know how to get there.
Yeah.
Get there, sweetie. I'm gonna get there. The game is on.
But
I'm not talking about that. But the effort is different.
For me, the fights are on, because I watch MMA pretty much every week, and if MMA isn't on, there's a boxing fight. I watch some jiu-jitsu matches here or there, wrestling. I love combat sports. As you can tell from the channel, the only kind of sports videos I usually will cover is going to be related to that. I know about the other sports, obviously. I pay attention to them sometimes. I enjoy watching a couple games here and there, not gonna lie. But nothing is like fighting. Nothing is like fighting.
In saying that,
That's also why when these niggas talk about fighting, they don't know shit.
are you saying that you know everything there is to know about your partner sexually and physically today because y'all have been together?
No, of course not.
Nope. So that is a never-ending process of learning your
For sure.
partner
But
and
he's
talking
saying-
and communicating.
I just realized Joe's dusty feet. I'm sorry.
And you change. You change.
it's
Your
also
desires and needs change.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. So let me advance the conversation, because I see what Ish is saying. Everybody don't operate like that. Me and E used to have that debate for a long time. He used to say, "Yo, I'm meeting a chick. I'm going in A+ dick." I used to say, "No, I'm C+ing you on the meet, and we will gradually work our way up."
Confused by Joe. I feel like a lot of the things he does are just extremely unconventional, borderline psychotic, psychopathy. Wait, is there something appearing over here? Hold on. Okay, no, I'm an idiot. That's this screen. Okay, I was having problems with these lights earlier, not gonna lie. I have lights behind the green screen for it to be clear like this. And if you do this, you can see that my arm turns like a little bit green around the edges. But I have some lights in the back, and they were showing up through the green screen, so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't that.
My take on that is,
Oh nah.
yeah,
Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I'm shooting for the roof.
I'm not doing
In the
whatever.
beginning,
Same.
I'm shooting for the roof.
Never that.
I mean,
Joe's weird when he says never that. I think a lot of that stems from his insecurities, though, because if he gives you 100% at the beginning, he knows that he's not going to be able to give you more than that after that. And because of that, I think he's going to be worried that you're going to be unsatisfied with him. I think that's how Joe thinks.
okay.
I understand that.
But
thought
And Ish is like, I'm going to give it to you. I know you're going to like it. I'm not worried.
process, but I'm also shooting for the roof.
But look, that just that fast, there are different ways
Approaches.
to approach it. Is all I'm saying. One, damn, what was the point?
And it also
You
would
were saying
depend
you
on-
start off giving out C+ dick?
yeah, 1,000%.
Really?
1000%.
You get to surprise and impress her. Like you didn't.
I'm assuming Ice agrees, because this is when he's like defending Joe's stance on this. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's not like you're I wouldn't purposely try to not try my best. That's just me.
But no, what you thought was C+
already.
dick that Shorty might have thought was C- dick, and you might not get a many chances to impress.
If you didn't like the C+, then I probably don't want you back over.
He's terrible for that. I agree with Ish. Like, if you're giving someone what you believe is C+ anything, and there's a whole B-, B+, A-, A+, bro, you can't be given the 60 or 70%. You got to get more than that. You got to give more than that, because if the person is really just not impressed at all, that might be the last chance. What if they're a great person? What if they're interesting? What if you can have a lot more fun than what you did?
I don't want you back over if I gave you C+ dick or B- dick, and now you're not speaking to me anymore enough to even come back in this. I'm not mad at you saying you won't fuck me again, but you're not gonna come hang out. I want to get to know you.
That's different.
I want to get to know you. I
That's
ain't
fair.
gotta be best dick
That's
man
true.
gigolo for us to have a good time.
No, I absolutely agree with this, because I bet you he's also speaking from experience of just how women have treated him, how women act. I understand that fully, and in a way I do agree with that, because it's like, I'm going to give my effort if I feel like giving my best effort. If I don't feel like giving my best effort, it like, get over it. It's not like I'm trying. Giving my best effort does not mean I'm not trying to please my other partner, make my partner happy. What I mean is, if I'm not giving my greatest effort, meaning doing the absolute most that I can do, come on. If I'm like here, and there's like here to go, you got to be okay with it. Plus, like, it's not all that it's about. I'm 25 and still I'm a whole lot more interested in getting to know someone's personality and how they act as a person than purely just having sex. I can't just have sex with someone that I'm not interested in at all. I don't even want to be around you if that's the case. Or if you're annoying, you think I'm gonna try to spend time with you to do that? Hell no, because I don't even want to touch you. I don't want to be around you.
Or a good relationship.
So I'm gonna keep. I'm a C+.
It also completely
B+.
depends on the situation, I think. Like, if you had built a
Ice is quiet on this. You don't want to get in trouble.
rapport with a girl prior to sleeping with
and that's
her,
why I try to do that.
Yeah.
Before I ever even really try to pop, like, again, most of my female friends that I've dated, we still cool.
I'm not cool with exes. I don't know how. It doesn't rock with me. It doesn't work well with me. But I also have not chosen the best field of women to date. That's my fault. No one else's fault. It's my fault.
Because we had a genuine friendship outside of sex. Right? So now you married.
But I don't think that's the reason why he is friends with them, because there's a genuine friendship outside of sex. If you're in a relationship and the relationship doesn't fall or doesn't work out, I don't get in relationships that I don't want to be long-standing. So, like, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm going to try to be with you throughout the time that we're together. If you make mistakes, if I make mistakes, I asked you out, so I'm going to attempt to rectify those circumstances. Unless they're so extreme and so repetitive and nonstop and it just doesn't stop, I can't handle it anymore. I'm going to be done at a certain point. Any person I get involved with at the very beginning, I let them know, hey, I'm going to be interested unless you do X so many times. Even if I get over something, that doesn't mean that it just goes away from me. It's going to be something that's going to be on my mind.
We discussed this before. Yo, you can be married. We not fucking. We might not be on the phone 1, 2 in the morning, but we still genuinely and sincerely are friends. We have a friendship because it's some pimp term, but it says, yo, you get in their head before you get in their bed, right? So I'm trying to build a real. I don't even want to fuck you if I can't be cool with you.
So you're trying to build a.
That right there, that's me. That's how I am now. Like, I'm not interested in spending any time with you if I'm not going to be cool with you. I can't be interested in someone purely because of their physique or purely because of my attraction level to them. That's not enough. Like, if you annoy me, I don't want to be around you. If you're a bad person, I don't want to be around you. If you do questionable things, I don't want to be around you. If we have nothing to talk about, I don't want to be around you.
A real rapport of pimp ideology.
That was an iceberg slim.
Iceberg slim.
Nah, but for real, again, I don't even want to hit it if we not cool.
Yep.
Because after I come, and it's a room full of men, unfortunately, but yo, after you come, if you not cool with the chick, y'all know how y'all feel.
Yeah, it's terrible. That's a terrible.
That post-nut clarity is different.
Rest in peace. Like, post-nut clarity is the worst thing ever. It's I don't know the experience a woman has when she finishes. When a guy finishes, I'm telling you, if you aren't fully interested in that woman, like beyond just the physical aspects of sex or just like what she looks like and she really irritates you deep down, God, it's the worst feeling ever, because you're like, okay, well, how do I deal with the situation from now on? Or I talked all this talk, I say I'm gonna do all this, but now this happened, I'm uncomfortable. Why did I do this? I shouldn't have done this. Can I take this back? Can you leave? Like, I gotta go. Like, all this kind of stuff. So, post-nut clarity is the worst thing ever. If you care about the person, it's different. You can hold the person, you can hug the person, you could do something with the person afterwards, go get some food, smoke if you like to smoke a little bit, just a little bit, but like whatever you like to do. But if you don't, nah, it's such a bad feeling just to be around the person, like, because you're like, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done this. What can I go do now? Oh, is there a fight on later, or is there a game on later, or oh, I could go do this, I could go hang out with my friends, I could be with my family, be with my kids, whatever it is.
Okay. See, that's the easy, but that's the
That's
easy
what it is,
conversation
bro.
to have when there's no rapport,
That's what it
relationship with
is.
the chick. I'm asking you three gentlemen, so when was the last time any of you have asked your partner if you're pleasing them sexually?
This is something I've always done, just because I want to I want to see where I stack up to where I was previously or whatever it is. And I think part of someone asking also, like, more than normal, it's insecurity. So like when I did it more before, because I was more insecure, you do it less as you become secure. But especially for me, if I'm with someone, I want them to enjoy the experience, especially over time. I don't want them to get bored with what we're doing. I don't want them to feel like I don't care about making them happy anymore, like in that way. So I ask every once in a while or whatever. I try to figure out, is there anything else that we could do? Is there anything else I could do? Like, what do you want to do?
Or is that just assumed because we're men?
No, I think it's assumed, period, across the board.
I don't think it's assumed. I think this question really depends on who you're asking, and I don't mean man or female. I really think this is an individualized question, because I've been with some women that will ask, some women that don't ask, but it's the same thing. Some think they're good, some think they're not. It's the same exact thing. So I think the same thing with guys. Coming from a guy specifically and knowing other guys, I know how it is. At least from my experience and from everything I've seen and heard. There's no study on this, so
I think women and men assume that. I think
at least no study I know
that's
of.
Across the board. How many times have we heard a girl say, "Oh, yo, my shit is fire"? It's just okay. You think you got fire? It's just all right. It ain't fire. I like you, so I keep you around. I'm not keeping you around because the sex is good. I like you because I like you as a person.
Yep. I like you as a person. I like you as a woman. We vibe. I care about you. It's not just because you give the best sex or whatever it is. And it's definitely like, as you get older, you realize you could talk about these things more factually, I guess. Not factually in terms of it's factual that if I did this, then I please this person, but in factual terms of not every time is going to be the result that you want. So you got to be okay with that.
But your sex is just okay.
Every time I try to gear Ish into the relationship aspect of the combo, he brings in the mistress side girl that we don't care about.
But there's no mistress side girl.
That we as men think we got good dick, right? Girls think they got good box and good head.
I don't think this is general for everybody. I think some people question, some people don't. When he says everybody, I don't think everybody's like that.
I think that once you get on that level,
I'll tell you if my dick is good. You tell me who you fuck before me.
Wild. Look at his face. Look at these faces. Look at Ice. Look at Ice. Oh man, that's me. He's like, God damn it. They're both covering their face. Look at him. Look at Ice.
It's crazy. If I would have said that dumb shit, he'd have looked at y'all like.
I'm telling you my shit good, nigga. Who else you just left?
Damn.
Bitch, no.
How you know he got good dick?
Because he's gigantic, bro. Like, just proportionally, if it's normal size to him, it ain't normal size to her.
I don't. But I'm not gonna be the one going in after 100 and giant bitch.
Trying to compete.
Yeah, I watch a show. Dark is on.
Man.
I'm just talking shit, of
Nah,
course.
it's
But
But again,
To answer your
I
question,
think that's a
you have to-
conversation.
So
you have to
funny.
have a conversation.
That's true.
Every so often, you should probably check in with your partner every so
it's a
often.
conversation that's not typically had.
It's not.
See, I don't agree with that either. I think some people have it. I don't know if it's typical, honestly. I don't even know. I can't even say that it's atypical or typical because I really don't know, I guess. So, I know I do. I know I ask. I try to figure it out. I've been with women that have and haven't.
It's not an
I've
easy
never
conversation
had
to
one.
have.
Yeah, I've
either.
never had that.
Right,
That-
because then that
you
conversation,
got-
how do you
you
tell her?
never
How do you
had-
tell
you
her
never
no?
had
I've never
How-
had
Why
that.
do you tell her
Wow.
no? Or what do you do if she tells you no?
Have you
Ice. She tells you no. It's DEFCON 4. You got to jump in. You got to go in. You got to go hard. You got to keep going hard. You got to not stop. You got to buy some pills. If you need the pills, you got to do what you got to do. And if you say no, she's going to leave your ass. She's going to cheat on your ass. Something's going to happen. Or she's going to cry. She's going to cry on your ass. One or the other.
What, had that
This
conversation?
conversation, yeah.
No.
have you
When he says he hasn't had this conversation, that's wild to me because he's been with this person for a long time.
ever had it?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow,
haven't
that's
had that.
Well, you'll ask your
I've
girl
had it
like,
too.
yo, are you?
But I think it depends on I think if you're an empathetic person or thoughtful, mindful person, you're gonna ask more than if you're not. I think that's just what it is, honestly. In all honesty, not joking or anything.
Still sexually pleased?
Yeah, we have that conversation.
That's dope.
Yeah.
No, that's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Did
I ain't never had that.
did your spot change? Are you pleasured by something else? Is there something I'm not doing for you that like?
Did your spot change? I feel like you should be able to kind of notice if something's not working the same way. So I understand, but would you ask, did your spot change? I don't think that's really the right way to say that, but you do you, Joe.
You gotta have that talk maybe once.
I mean, especially if you're in a long-term relationship, because if it's someone that you're just kind of fucking for a little while, you don't really give a shit. But if this is someone you
At
want to
all.
spend a
That you
undetermined amount of time with,
No, that's
yeah,
dope.
you gotta check in.
Again, I agree with you. I just never
Makes
had
perfect
it, but I
sense.
totally
I've
agree.
never had the conversation.
Yeah,
I would
agree with
recommend that you don't do it.
I's I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He looked at him, he was like,
When you're drunk, but that's usually when it happens. That's usually when it happens, and that's a bad time.
Yo, what are you talking?
bro,
When you're drinking,
imagine being drunk and your girl or guy just telling you, man, it's just not fun anymore. It's gonna kill you. You're gonna probably start crying. You're gonna freak out right there, or you're gonna rage. Look at Ish. Look at Joe.
you bring up some shit like that, people's feelings get hurt.
Because
I'm with him.
drunk people are honest,
Yeah.
more honest,
Yeah.
and
That's exactly why I said it.
less tactful.
Yeah,
Yo,
less
that's-
tactful.
Way less tactful. Yeah, I really don't like when we do this because you're not good at it anymore. Or I don't really like to do this because when you do this. Too much teeth there. You can't do that anymore, please.
Buddy.
Even if the honesty isn't necessarily there, because I mean, the adage, what is it? Drunk thoughts or sober feelings or whatever the
a
fuck.
drunk tongue speaks a sober
Yeah.
mind.
That's true, but it's also not true. When you're
that's
drunk, you be
funny.
saying some dumb.
But I don't feel like I change that much when I'm under influences. Maybe it's because I'm too cognizant. I'm trying too hard to maintain myself. I like to smoke sometimes. I can smoke legally, so I can say that. It is not cigarettes. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Only the ganja. Only the ganja. But I don't really drink all that much. Socially I do sometimes, but I don't go drinking all that much. So
shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a
That's
fine
funny.
line to walk.
You had that conversation before? And saying, yo, what am I doing am I still pleasing you?
He doesn't have a mic, so you have to keep talking while he's talking.
Damn. No, I'm feeling kind of
Why
bad.
haven't y'all had that conversation at all? You in a long-term relationship.
I just
I don't know
I
about
don't know.
yours.
I just don't think it never came.
Why is
also, I think a big deal with it is if you aren't going to ask the question, that's also a lack of confidence too, because you're afraid of what they're going to say in response. So I guess that's a thing too. So you don't want to necessarily be disappointed, so you just don't ever entertain that question.
Ain't having one? Oh, because he's fucking granddaddy IU. I don't know why he's not having it.
I'm either. I don't
But I think you should.
Nah, I'm agreeing with y'all. Like, I've
listening to
never,
it makes a lot of sense.
That's dope.
I probably would have it after hearing it.
Fam, no, I'm open-minded to learning new shit. I think that's dope. I think that's amazing.
The couples therapy therapist put us all onto that. I never even heard of that or thought of it
that's
before she
dope.
said it. Like, to have a conversation to see if I'm still pleasuring my partner. What are you talking about?
What? For him to say that, oh, this isn't big enough, baby. Baby, why are you so tiny? What are you doing? Whatever. But for him to say that he's never even thought about that before therapy? How? What? Like, I feel like the only way you can say that is if you're only thinking about yourself and you only think that you're the shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, your shit stinks like everybody else. Sorry, Joe. It just sounds he's coming off real strong here. Like, it's a little, oh my god, it's a little one-sided for himself. He's only thinking about his mind. And he's putting himself on a little bit of a pedestal. Just a little bit.
But yeah, makes sense.
That's dope. I agree.
I'm shocked that you fucking Captain Dick niggas that's just giving your best shot from day one.
Yeah.
That's literally like how I feel about, like, wait, what? Why would you not? Why would you not give your best effort from the beginning? First impressions mean everything. Everything.
Shocking to me.
Why?
And if you care about how that person feels about you after that, if you want to experience that person again at all, wouldn't you try?
You get whatever.
Well, again,
mood
it
I'm in that
depends.
night.
Yeah.
Whatever mood I'm in, that Ice is so savage. He's like, I don't care.
It depends
That's
on
really what
on who the girl is.
Yeah.
Because if it's a girl that you just met at the bar or something, you might not be giving out the A. But if it's someone that
You're not giving out the A, you're giving out the literal D dick.
you've been building a relationship with,
You're giving that B or A dick.
We've been
you're
leading up
probably
to
going
this.
to give the A. Yeah.
And if you ain't feeling that good, you're skipping that day. I got diarrhea, baby. I gotta go. I can't do this today. Oh my, I just shit my pants. No, don't say that. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say you got diarrhea either. That ain't gonna work.
Oh, you niggas is
A
crazy.
is what? You on top?
You niggas is crazy.
A is you getting on top?
That's me from every angle.
Yeah, I was
Every
gonna say,
angle
I'm just
trying,
saying
A is,
top.
every angle trying your hardest, using every part of your body for stimulation. Like, what do you want?
If,
Oh,
if, if I
Y'all
had
A from all angles.
On
My
the
bad.
floor.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
trying them all.
Yeah.
Y'all A everywhere.
Look at
We
Joe.
trying it all.
The insecurity.
I had
A through Z.
my preference, every time I take my clothes off, I'm trying to deliver premium dick. There's no
Well, how can you not agree with him? Like, why would you do less? He's getting ready to tell him watch.
reason for me to take my clothes off, and I'm not trying to give good dick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Play Panda,
What,
yo.
yeah,
Come
what
on.
yeah, to somebody. We have Panda
Play
somewhere.
fucking Panda.
That's not Panda.
Please, but can we just hear the song?
I don't think that's pandering. I actually don't think that's pandering. Look at Ice. Look at his reaction, and look at Joe's reaction. Ish is very genuine about this because, look, bro, I feel the same way. Ice, man.
We just haven't heard that in a minute.
Designer killed that shit.
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah, that shit was hard. That shit was hard.
Kanye, that shit was so hard. Kanye had to put it on and shit.
That shit was hard.
I'm the Parks. You really going to listen to this?
We just
Nah, we
like
just-
You my
the
man. You
song.
want to listen to
heard
these
that
bitches?
one.
Niggas, bro?
I agree with you, though.
See, I agree with you. He said
a
it.
long-term
Fam,
relationship
no,
that stops.
it's stop. When you met a girl at the bar,
Uh-huh.
you gonna just take her
I
home and
don't
try
want
to
this
purposely give
to
her
get
C dick?
copyrighted. No,
Whatever.
Kanye West, don't get this copyrighted.
So I said preferably being the you
But
trying to do.
Nah, my dick comes first.
Sometimes you fucking something just because it's there. You're not really inspired.
I'm still trying to get.
That's true too. That's very true. But what they're saying is, like, Joe said my dick comes first. He's terrible. He only thinks about himself. I don't. For me, it's not like that because even if my dick comes first, if I come and she doesn't have a good experience and I care about how they feel, their perception, that's not enough. That's not good enough for me. That's how I feel.
About good dick.
Good, but
crazy.
maybe not. You know what I mean?
You niggas sound.
And that's with everything I do,
Not trying to get
not just with women or relationships.
on the honor roll with the dick.
Yes, I am. I want gold stars next to my name, nigga. You
Same, all the time.
fucking mind.
She's not a teacher.
Huh? There you go.
Most of the time. I can't say all the time.
Yeah.
She ain't been to school. She's not a teacher. She don't have no
We all went to kindergarten.
We all went to kindergarten.
This one time
Answer
you
me
don't
this.
you don't care if you see this chick again or not.
Ish,
Like,
answer
you
me this.
just-
Ice.
No.
I might
Time
see
out.
that girl
Time out.
5 years
Time out.
down the road. I want her to say that nigga bust
Ish,
my
I need
ass.
to give you some.
I might see that girl 5 years later, and I want her to say he bust my ass. That's what he said. Wow.
Something to think about. What if it's a
nigga's
chick
crazy.
that you
nigga's
know
fucking nuts.
by looking in her eyes might be a little bit clingy, but you still want to fuck, but you know if you put it all the way down,
never
you
gonna
are
get rid of
never
her.
getting this girl out of your house.
I might not even hit it, but again,
Well, it's just not bringing her to his house.
what I'm telling
You'll
you,
never get out of the Red Roof Hotel.
He bring her to his house. He's still
I
building.
agree.
Yo, we almost done with
Take it to open construction home. No anything, not even walls.
this roof. It's raining, but
Don't worry about it.
just suck my dick.
get up here in the
If you suck my dick, you'll never know it's raining.
You go in the basement.
You'll never know it's raining. Yo, I can't believe that y'all.
That your dick is better than ours. What you want?
No, bro, I agree with Ish. I agree with Ish here. I'm like kind of surprised because I just would have never I would never expected that response in all honesty from Mother too.
Can't believe it, right?
I can't believe you've never intentionally given out the B because you know this probably. I'm in too deep. I got here.
done with y'all.
I ended up
I'm
somewhere I
giving
didn't
out
need to be.
whatever.
That's not the reason.
It was one goal.
My
and it
question
wasn't-
was,
it was just to get this
preferably
nut.
ice.
That's it.
If you could give out, if you had your choice.
Okay, and instead of resisting him, let me try to understand him. I hear what you're saying. What perks does doing it your way come with? Because let me tell you, I'm probably the only guy in the world where my dick report got back to me in a favorable manner from someone I've never been with, and they wouldn't fuck me. See, because I think that's the only advantage. Well, I would assume of having the
Hold
great.
on, repeat that.
It got back around to them in a favorable manner, but they didn't want you. Just because a woman hears that you might be good doesn't mean that's going to be the reason why she wants you. Some women or men are not going to want you for that reason, like because someone told them that. So that's weird.
Give it to me.
Look at Ish. That's me.
Don't give it to me. Great. No, listen to what I'm saying. The only advantage I would think that comes from the positive dick report or giving the premium dick to everybody is that it'll come back. It'll come back. Either she'll come back or that word will come, go around, and it'll get back. I'm the only person in the world where a few chicks have heard that I do a good job, and that's where they left it, at heard. Yeah, man, I heard you be putting it down.
I'm sorry, this is kind of weird. Him being like this is kind of weird. Like, why would they want to just because they heard that? Not all women or men are going to be sleuths like that.
Anyway, so I'm asking, what are the perks for you that come along with doing it?
I think just the total opposite of what you said. Like, yo, we all got female friends, just platonic female friends.
I don't.
You've had some. You do.
In the past.
You have some now. Shut up, yo. Anyway, dog, and we've heard girls diss the shit out of a nigga's dick.
But we've heard
Yeah.
girls diss the shit out of a nigga's anything.
Yeah.
But see, my
Yep.
So my stance
That's
is
true.
I don't want to be that nigga in conversation.
my thing is
You can say whatever you want to
I
say.
don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Like if you just something I met,
Okay.
Ish is sorry. Over here, Ish is the angel side, and Ice, this guy, he's the demon side. He's a demon.
just it, whatever. I still beat. Still got mine.
This man's
That
a
was my goal.
demon.
That's it. If I never see you again,
Your goal is just to get a nut.
yes.
You could go home and
At
jerk
times-
off.
At time, So you don't feel like it.
Yeah, his girl's
It's not the same. It's different with a person.
home. So you know how frustrating it is trying to sneak in the bathroom or somewhere to jerk off while your girl is home? That is so annoying.
Joe.
Do
But it happens. That's why they're all laughing, because that's what happens, bro.
you guys' perception of women change because you have so many platonic female friends, so you kind of know the bullshit they might be on?
What you mean?
You know, like women will say, yo, I'm cool with too many dudes, so it's tough for a dude to get by on me. I just heard too much. I know too many tricks. Does that apply the other way around? Like, when we're cool with women and we know the shit they be on, like,
I think a lot of people play games, and once you just start thinking of it in terms like that and treating it in terms like that, you'll be good. You need to remember that most people are on games. So even if they're telling you something, don't just take everything at face value. Don't do that. That's a stupid thing to do. I'll get you killed in some circumstances. Don't do it.
last night, stupid ass fucking Corey. I got my fucking necklace t-shirt on. We walk in the spot.
I gotta see this shirt, by the way.
It's a beautiful Givenchy, but I mean with a chain. We walk in the spot, right?
Chain sold separate.
Listen,
No chain
pay
sold
extra for the
together.
chain on the
No
shirt?
chain sold together, nigga. Nigga said, I ain't see no back of the chain.
That's what he said.
It's tough.
He was like, what the fuck is going on with this shirt?
Oh my god, it's just the shirt with the bedazzled.
Yo, can I tell my
It's
story,
the
please?
he just has a bedazzled shirt on.
Should've worn that shirt, though. Go ahead.
Yo, word. I would have loved you wore that shirt.
When I was a little kid, I had a Michael Jordan shirt with like some of the bedazzled stuff that you get in the hood. He had the ball. It was just like the Air Jordan. It was so funny.
Nah,
Next
last
week.
night I told Corey if I don't dirty it up too much, I'll wear it tomorrow so they can laugh at me. But I dirtied it up a little bit. But I'm dirty. I got bored. I was out. Listen, last night, stupid ass Corey. We walk in. Two of our good girlfriends and another girl are eating at a table with 3 African men.
Okay.
African men.
We walk straight to the bar. Dumbass Corey talk about, yo, look at such and such over there. I'm like, no, let them cook. What am I looking at them for? You know what's going on. You know what time it is. They cooking. Let our good girlfriends cook. Now, these are good girlfriends. We know a little bit about them. They moving and shaking.
Okay.
These African niggas were none the wiser over there.
Deer in headlights?
Now, I don't know nothing because I'm by the bar and I'm trying to ignore dumbass Corey and make friends with my Spanish friends. Corey goes over there, talks, comes back. I say, how'd it go? Know what he said? Super cool. You got to go over there.
No.
I said, what do you mean by
don't go over
super
there.
cool? You got? He said, no, the guys are mad cool. I said, so the guys were mad cool. I'll give it a minute, and I'll go over there. So Corey's chuckling and giggling in my ear because these African men have on every Cartier bracelet, watch, everything.
Oh, that was the jewelry boy.
on one wrist, one arm, going all the way up. Look like Colossus. Hey, you knew what type of time.
Colossus.
You knew what type of time the African niggas was on. They all was icy, young. The girls was young, looking finer than ever, right? I'm bored now, so I say, all right, you said they cool. I'll walk over
Go
and say
start
hi.
trouble.
I was going to say hi because I want to let them cook because I know the game. Milk these niggas.
Yeah.
Fucking buy me some shit. Corey says they cool. I'll go over there see what's going on. I walk over there with my necklace shirt on and my little fancy pants. Nobody say hello to me. Not a one person.
The girls need.
No. I said, hey,
Remember me?
hey, Joe. She ain't introduced me to them niggas.
Yeah, you was that dude.
Her homegirl didn't introduce me to the niggas. The niggas didn't say, hey, I did a little salute. Hey, they was like, I walked back over to Corey and said, nigga, I could kill you in here. Don't you ever be that, nigga. Why you set me up like that? I feel like for Corey, maybe they was cool.
Man.
big ass black nigga with broad shoulders walk over there. I bet they was cool. Here come me in my little necklace shirt. Trying to show off, trying to be fly, thinking I'm somebody. Them Colossus niggas said, hey, you can go.
My friend.
I want to say, nigga, they don't want me or y'all.
My friend.
My friend.
You got us off topic, yo.
I don't even know what I brought that up to say.
I don't know
what topic
either.
were we on? Oh, y'all was done. Y'all, you don't talk to your girl about nothing. You don't talk to your girl about nothing. You just trapped her. Had
The
a baby
question
with
was,
her.
your question was,
Bro, he says terrible stuff to these guys. Like, look at Ice's red. You trapped her and had a baby. Like, so disrespectful.
being that we have female friends.
I understand that you're friends or whatever. It's so disrespectful. But I think I'm getting ready to stop the video here. It looks like... Here's my mic. See? Okay, but it looks like that is going to be the end of this video. Go subscribe. Join Joe Budden's Patreon. Let me know if you guys like the video. Like, comment, subscribe, please, as always. See you next time. Peace.